What is going on, Fit Fam? Welcome on back to my channel. My name is Megan Janice, the founder of Nomadic Fitness, and I teach you ladies how to eat way more food without any restrictions and work out smarter instead of harder so you can build that bang and hourglass body, feel amazing in your body, and stay this way year-round with ease for the rest of your life. So if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you're coming on back, thanks so much for joining for another video. So this morning, I'm about to go crush some lower body, doing my legs and glutes day 2, so I'm gonna take you along with me, walk you through the whole workout so that we can train together, build that beautiful poppin' peach, sculpt those legs. But before we get into it, I want to educate you on how to eat and how to work out the right way so that you're actually going to get results. Everything I talk about on this channel, how you're going to get that really beautiful feminine hourglass body, the toned, sculpted, defined body, whatever you want to call it, and the right way to do that so that you can easily stay that way all of the time. You don't have to do any crash diets, you don't have to do any crazy cardio, you don't need to be doing all this nonsense of restricting and everything. I'm going to teach you how to do it right. Okay, so the very first thing, as I'm always saying, is you definitely need to stop seeing food as the enemy and start seeing food as your friend. Food is the tool that you must use in order to actually build the body that you want and also to feel amazing in that body. So you gotta stop crash dieting, you've gotta stop thinking carbs are the enemy, gotta stop eating as little as possible. All of that completely backfires. It literally works the opposite way of what you think it's going to. And here's why. Every single time that you diet and you try to eat as little as possible, your metabolism slows down because your metabolism always will adapt to the amount of food that you are eating. So this means you begin burning less and less calories as a baseline 24/7. So guess what happens as soon as you stop eating as little calories as possible? You're now burning so little, so you're very easily able to gain a lot of body fat back because you're barely burning any fuel. And this is obviously why yo-yo dieting is so common. And then on top of the fact of your metabolism slowing down so little, you're also messing with your hormones and down-regulating your thyroid. And this is also why thyroid problems are so common for women, because so many women are constantly dieting and trying to eat as little as possible. So when your hormones are messed up, they're not working the way that they're supposed to, you are not going to look or feel the way that you want to. You need to have a happy, thriving inner body to look that way on the outside as well. So metabolism is slowing down, hormones are messed up, and then even though you might be losing weight on the scale, you actually don't really look toned and defined. You kind of just end up a little bit skinny fat. And the reason why is because when you're losing weight, all this weight on the scale, a lot of that weight is also coming from muscle. So you do not want to lose muscle. You want to gain and maintain as much muscle as you possibly can, because remember, when you say you want a toned body, a nice round bubble butt, you want sculpted legs, defined arms and abs, all of that comes from muscle. That's literally what makes you look that way. It's the reason that your skin is smooth, firm, tight. You have the curves, you have the definition. So remember, your goal is never weight loss. It's never, ever, ever about how much you weigh. It's about where does that weight come from? And that is called body composition. Literally, what is your body composed of? How much of you and the grand total that you weigh comes from fat mass, which is what is bigger, takes up more space on your body, it's more flabby and mushy. That is the type of weight that you want to get rid of, you want to have less of so that you're going to be more lean. But the type of weight that you actually want to have more of is muscle. Muscle does not take up as much space as fat on your body. So even though you might have 5 pounds of muscle that's only this big, and then 5 pounds of fat is this big. So even though they both weigh 5 pounds, the muscle takes up way less space on your body. And also the texture and appearance is different because muscle is smooth, firm, and tight, which is why that's how you end up looking when you have more of it. Muscle obviously has its own weight, so not all weight is bad. There's some kind of weight gain that you want, and there's also some kind of weight loss that you don't want, aka you don't want to be losing muscle. But also when you have gain from muscle mass, you're also going to have gain on the scale from the fact that you are eating so much food, because you need to eat so much food in order to build that muscle. So you're going to have more gut weight in your body, and with that you're also going to have more water weight, because especially when you eat more carbs, which you absolutely need to do in order to build muscle, it is the fuel required to gain that muscle in the first place. Carbs hold more water weight. So you have all this gut weight, you have water weight, and when you gain muscle, you also hold more glycogen. Glycogen is the energy that we get from carbs and store inside of them, and that is the fuel your body draws on when you are in the gym working out to gain more muscle in the first place and lose more fat forever. So remember, remember, it's not about how much you weigh. The goal is never to try to lose a whole bunch of weight. And if you are losing weight very quickly, you can guarantee that a lot of that weight loss is muscle loss, which ultimately is going to make you feel weak. It's going to make you look skinny fat, so not even the way that you want. And it's going to downregulate your thyroid, mess with your hormones, slow down your metabolism. So you're going to end up yo-yo dieting and gaining a whole bunch back and having a harder time even losing it. Okay, so what is the solution then? What do you actually need to do? You need to be eating a lot of food. You need to eat more. I can guarantee you are not eating nearly as much as you are supposed to be. Now, obviously, it's not just eat any old thing and be totally random about it. You have to be strategic with it. So it's not eating less, it's eating right. You have to eat right to build the body and have the energy that you actually want. But eating right does require eating a lot. So I'm not going to go into the specifics of figuring out what your exact macros should be, your macronutrients, protein, fats, and carbs in this video. But if you want to know what that is, click on the link here because I did a video that's going to walk you through exactly how to calculate them. But yes, you need to be eating the right amount of food for your body and your goals, and you need to gradually adjust over time as your body adapts, because as you're getting stronger in your workouts, as more muscle is coming onto your body, as the fat is coming off, your metabolism is adapting. So you start burning more and more calories all of the time, literally 24/7. And because you are now burning more calories all the time, you continue to require more and more food. So not only do you get to eat more food to get these great results, but you actually need to eat more food to have these great results, because once you have that muscle, once your metabolism is burning more calories 24/7 all the time, you have to continue to eat that same amount of food in order to maintain the muscle and in order to maintain the fast metabolism. If you start eating less, you're going to lose some muscle and your metabolism is going to slow down, because it's always going to adapt to the amount of food that you are consistently eating. So you want to make sure you are getting the right amount of protein, carbs, and fats. You need all three. And funnily enough, carbs is always going to be the one that you actually need the most of. It's going to be the one, even when you're in a fat loss phase, that is the highest amount of food that you are intaking. And the reason why is because carbs are your body's quick access source of fuel. So really, carbs converts to energy. And I see this happen all the time with my clients. They go from being afraid of carbs. I get them to start eating a lot of carbs and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't have any cravings anymore and I have so much more energy. And I'm like, yeah, because now you're actually eating carbs. Now you're actually eating enough. You didn't have energy and you had all these cravings. You were super bloated because you didn't have enough energy coming into your body for everything to actually work the way that it's supposed to. But especially, as I said, carbs get converted into glycogen, which then gets stored in our muscles. And then we are training, putting a stimulus on the muscle, getting stronger so that the muscles will actually grow, and then we will get leaner, more toned, more defined, more shape, and then get a faster metabolism, more balanced hormones, so we can easily stay this way 24/7 all of the time. Your body is drawing on those glycogen stores. So literally, if you are not eating enough carbs, you do not have enough energy to train effectively enough in the gym to actually get the results that you want. So you really need to see it this way. You need to make this connection that carbs equals quick access fuel. And if I do not have that quick access fuel, I am not going to have the energy I need to push myself hard enough in the gym to build the muscle that I so badly want in the first place. So you really just start to understand that they go completely hand in hand, that you need to have enough fuel and you also need to train the right way. And one balances out the other, and the two together is what gives you this amazing physique and allows you to keep it year round. Okay, so make sure to be eating plenty, make sure to get enough of every macronutrient, and definitely to be getting enough protein as well. That is the other most important thing. And as I've said in other videos, eating a high protein diet is really the biggest difference maker between those who have really great results and those who don't, because protein is the building block of muscle. So yes, you absolutely need lots of carbs in order to build muscle, because that's the source of fuel for your training. But if you're not giving your body what it needs to create the muscle in the first place, it can't build muscle. So protein is always going to be used as a building block source for muscle. So it's really important to make sure that you're getting enough. And for your average woman, that should be somewhere between at least 120 grams a day, if not up to around 150 grams a day. And again, I go through all of this here in this video, which shows you exactly how to calculate your macros for your body, your goals, and how to adjust them over time. So make sure to check that out to figure out exactly how much protein, carbs, and fats you should be eating for your body and goals. And of course, instead, if you just want me to be able to guide you through it all, if you want me to tell you this is exactly how much to eat, how to adjust it week to week so that you continue to see the best results possible, hold you accountable to actually do it, guide and support you through this entire process, that is what I do inside my one-to-one coaching. My clients get absolutely amazing results results in just a couple of weeks from eating so much more food than they ever thought they could, and from working out smarter instead of harder. I help them ditch all the crazy cardio, learn how to lift weights properly, doing short, efficient workouts, and that is why they absolutely change their body and energy, lives forever and ever. So if you're interested, click on the link below and apply to work with me directly so that I can support you to get to the results you want. Okay, so that's the eating side, and now it's also so important to make sure that you are training correctly. So the word is training, not just exercising, or not even just working out. Because yes, don't get me wrong, any kind of exercise, any kind of movement is really, really wonderful that you are prioritizing that, but there's a huge difference between kind of just doing really random workouts, not having any structure, just kind of running around, versus following a properly structured weight training program that is going to actually make sure that you are consistently getting stronger over time, and because you're getting stronger, you're building more muscle. So first and foremost, it's really important that you actually have access to adequate equipment to build muscle in the first place. So these 10-pound dumbbells at home are not going to cut it. Yes, you can do some body weight workouts or use some really light dumbbells at home if you want to kind of just get a very basic level of fitness. But if you really, really want to build a super toned, really nice looking, curvy, banging hourglass body, you are going to need to get super strong. And in order to get super strong, you're going to need to lift some challenging weights. So again, these little 5-10-pound dumbbells at home, that is not going to cut it. And this is why I'm so adamant about encouraging women to actually go to a gym so you have access to all of the equipment you could ever need. You have all the barbells, the plates, squat racks, cables, machines, and dumbbells, of course, with a huge array of weight so that you're going to be able to lift heavier and heavier over time. And that is actually going to create the stimulus you need to build the muscle that you want to get that really great physique. Now, I get it that so many women are really intimidated to go to the gym. I understand. I was the same when I first started going. I thought everybody was laughing at me. I felt so uncomfortable because I didn't really know how to use the equipment. But I'm telling you, you just got to go in there and start. Nobody cares. Nobody's looking at you. They're so absorbed in their own workout and their own physique that why would they care what you're doing? And also, you can always get started gradually. You can just go in the gym and use the dumbbells or use the Smith machine for your squats, for your hip thrusts. And again, I have a video that goes through all of this, how to do the best weightlifting exercises of all time, even as a beginner, if you're intimidated by some of the more advanced equipment in the gym. So check out that video here for you to get started to learn how to lift weights correctly. Now, if there's really no way that you can go to a gym, you live in the middle of nowhere and a gym is like an hour away, then you can order yourself some equipment to use from home. It's going to be a little bit of an investment, but it's absolutely going to be worth it because you just need to buy this equipment one time, and then you're gonna have it for the rest of your life, and you have literally everything you need to get in phenomenal shape. So you're definitely gonna wanna get a set of adjustable dumbbells that go up to at least 50 pounds each. So you're gonna have 100 pounds of dumbbells to use in your house. You wanna get a barbell and barbell plates that can go on each side, so you can do your deadlifts, your hip thrusts, your squats, all of that good stuff. And then you also want to get a bench and some sort of squat rack. And now all of this you can find for a pretty inexpensive amount on Amazon. I think building a quality home gym should cost you around $1,000. I know that that's not nothing, but again, it is an investment in your long-term health, fitness, happiness. So it is definitely worth it to get yourself some adequate equipment. Now, the reason why I'm always saying work out smarter instead of harder is because you don't need to work out so long, so hard, do tons of crazy cardio in order to get results. Absolutely not. You only need to lift weights 4 to 5 days a week. Ideally, if you really cannot do that much, then I'd say 3 days is still okay. And each of those sessions, you only need to go in and do 5 exercises. So stick with the best exercises of all time, things like squats, deadlifts, lunges, hip thrusts, bench press, etc. The main compound movements that are going to get you super strong all over your body. And then you just want to make sure that you are progressing over time. So you don't want to be doing new workouts every single week. That is one of the biggest mistakes you could be doing. You want to follow the exact same workouts for minimum 4 weeks, but I think even 6 to 8 weeks is much better because you want to make sure that you actually are implementing progressive overload, that you are getting stronger at these movements over time. And the only way that you know that you're getting stronger is by actually keeping track of your workouts and seeing, okay, week 1, I could only squat 100 pounds, but now by week 8, I'm squatting 150 pounds. So you can see that you have made progress. So definitely increasing the weight that you are lifting, the actual load over time is a really, really effective way to see your body just get in fantastic shape. But that's not the only way. So long as your muscle is having increasing amounts of tension, your muscles are going to grow and develop. So there are so many ways ways to put more tension on the muscle without just increasing weight. And this is something that I have been doing a lot myself recently and seeing really good results from. So things like going through the range of motion more slowly, really controlling the weight. So instead of kind of just trying to rush through your squat, that you're squatting down really low, trying to get as low as you possibly can, and then coming up in a nice, slow, controlled motion. So a lot of the time you might have to decrease the weight you're using, but you still have so much time under tension on the muscle, and that is going to still be really effective. And then of course, also making sure that you're using really good quality muscle-mind connection, meaning that you're really actively thinking about the muscle that you want to target, imagining it lighting up. And when you do that, you're going to feel where you want to feel so much better. All right, fam, so you see, it is not that you have to go crazy hard, work out every single day, do an hour of running, and that you have to eat as little as possible, you have to starve yourself. Absolutely not. If you do those things, you are literally only going to wind up skinny fat and most likely end up gaining back a whole bunch of weight because you slow down your metabolism, stress your body out like crazy, and mess with your hormones. You do not want to do that. You want your body to feel like it's safe, like it's healthy, strong, and that food is abundant, and that it also has time to rest. Yes, you want to go get super strong in the gym and really make sure that you are increasing the tension on the muscle over time, but you also want to make sure you have days off so your muscles can recover and repair themselves. Okay, so let's go smash some lower body in the gym. All right, fam, got the whole gym to myself, which I love, so let's get into it. Just do a quick little dynamic warm up, and we're gonna smash these legs and glutes. All right, fam, here is the workout all set up inside of my training app. And I just went and took screenshots of what I did the previous time I did this workout because I want to make sure that I'm progressing in my workout. So I want to see how many reps and how much weight I was able to do last time. All right, so we're going to hit start now and we're going to get into this. And this is the same app I use when you work with me one-to-one, and I plug all your workouts in here, follow along videos for everything so you can keep track of your workouts too and make sure that you're progressing. Okay, first exercise is going to be some hack squats. If your gym doesn't have these, you can obviously just do regular barbell back squats, but we're really trying to isolate our quads, and they have been growing recently. I can actually see the definition coming in from all the food I'm eating. So let's go. We're gonna be doing 2 warm-up sets of 6 to 10 reps. So this is not really where you're pushing yourself hard. You're literally just trying to get the muscles engaged so that you can actually really lift to your full effort in your working sets. Pushing back and butt into the cushion here. Make sure your feet are far enough forward, and then lowering down all of the way. Literally completely bending your knees at the bottom here, pushing back up through your heels. All right, just switching out the weights. Gonna go for max strength here. All right, first working set, 12 reps. It's gonna be killer, but we can do it. Let's go. Okay, last working set here. I'm gonna keep the same weight because I really felt like that was my max, and my quads are feeling pretty tired by now. Okay, good work. Heart rate is 160, so we know we were pushing ourselves. That was the hardest exercise. The rest of the workout's gonna be not too bad. So next, we're gonna isolate glutes and hamstrings in the best way ever. I'm gonna show you. Check this out. This is literally just from those hack squats. It's like instant glute pump. Hack squats is really amazing for building quads, and by the way, you can see my definition coming in. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. But yeah, I definitely underestimated how much of a booty popping exercise hack squats are as well. So I just have to show you how much I got a pump already. And we only did 1 exercise, so let's keep going. Okay, next up, we're gonna be doing good mornings on this contraption here, the V squat. And this is such an amazing piece of equipment. It really, really allows you to target exactly where you wanna hit. So I highly recommend finding a gym that has the machine. If you don't, you can do good mornings just with a regular barbell, but I always find that, I don't know, I just don't really feel it that well. So if you don't have this, I recommend instead that you do regular barbell RDLs to have that glute ham focus. But I'm gonna show you this one today. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put literally 4 plates on each side because I've been doing 3 plates on each side, and I honestly felt like I still had more to give. Okay, I'm gonna see how it goes with 8 45s on this baby, 4 on each side. If it feels a little bit too hard and my form is slipping, then I'll decrease the weight, but I'm just gonna experiment. Sometimes you just gotta take a moment and play around in the gym to really find what is the perfect balance of good form, good tension, but also really pushing your max strength. All right, so front facing here, having the pads on your shoulder, taking a step back, we're going to be doing like an RDL. We're gonna be really focusing on hip hip hinge. So big bend in your knee, lowering down, hinging hips back, driving back up from the glutes. That's what you're really thinking about here, is hinging from your hips, pushing your glutes back towards the wall, lowering down into that hinge as far as you can, and then hinging back up. Okay, this is gonna be our last difficult exercise. Then we just got 2 isolation exercises. So we're gonna be doing Smith machine squats. And I know you might be thinking, squats again? But this is because we're gonna hit our legs and our booty, especially from a slightly different angle. And I really love using the Smith machine because you have so much control over the range of motion, because you obviously have the bars supported. So what's really nice is you can bring your feet further forward so that you can sink further down and kind of hit the glutes even more and get really, really low. So that's what we're gonna do. Bringing my feet forward here, lowering down, nice and low, push up through your heels. Whew. You feel those glutes on fire right away. I'm actually gonna reduce the weight a tiny bit because I felt like I couldn't get as low as I wanted because the weight was so heavy. So that's an example where you kind of want to experiment and find, yes, you want to push yourself hard and go heavy, but if it's so heavy that your form is compromised, you can't get a full range of motion, you want to decrease so that you can get the proper tension on the muscle. All right, set 2, less weight. Getting nice and low now. And really pushing up through the heels. Think that you're putting all your weight into your heels. Okay, we're getting to the end here. Just 2 isolation exercises. So we're doing some leg extensions and we're going for a really high rep, 15 to 20 reps, because we just want to absolutely light up these quads on fire. So let's go. Nice controlled range of motion here. A little squeeze and hold at the top there, flex those quads. In the first few reps, maybe not gonna feel like it's that hard because we're going for such high reps, but by the end, you're gonna be dying. All right, fam, we have made it to the last exercise. We are doing some kneeling cable kickbacks, just 2 sets. Don't wanna go too heavy here because we're really trying to go high rep, 15 to 20 rep, and isolate the glutes, not have the lower back take over. All right, so just attaching my ankle strap here, and I'm doing 30 pounds, kneeling down, and then kicking straight up and back, little squeeze at the top, come back down. Pretty simple range of motion, but you just wanna make sure you get nice and high so that the glute is fully activated at the top there, and again, going for high reps. All right, fam, that is the workout. Great job. Thank you so much for joining me, and thanks so much for checking out this video. I hope you learned something, and remember, food is your friend. You gotta train smarter, not just kill yourself in the gym and do a bunch of crazy stuff. It is all about working out smarter. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, comment down below if there's any questions you have for me or anything else you wanna see from me, and I will see you in the next video.